I think Loretto has obviously shared a bit of the background to that story. I was a journalist and I used to cover crime. And one of the big stories at the time was the story of Moses Sithole. I suppose I can say it now because it's all water under the bridge, I hope. He escapes from prison or something. But anyway, so I was following that story. Then I was interested in finding out, because it was the first kind of high-profile serial killer case in South Africa at the time. So I wanted to know why this guy did what he did. Was he willing, first of all, to kind of, share with the world what is it that triggered, the events that led to his incarceration and him just going on this killing spree and all of that. So I wrote him a letter and just said that I just wanted to just hear his side of the story. He didn't respond for a couple of years, then eventually he did. He called me, went to
From prison?
From prison, yes.
Okay.
Fortunately, I hadn't changed my cell number. I'd written my cell number, like,
Can I
call
interrupt
me
you,
when you're
Angela?
ready to call.
Please can I interrupt you? Budwa, we can't listen to both of you. Please can you show respect to Angela? Thank you, TJ.
Yeah, maybe
Sorry.
we should just
If the phones can be on silent, or you
yeah.
can go out if you answer the call. Just out of respect. Sorry, Angela.
Woman's mind.
Yeah. Sorry.
Thanks, Director. So yes, so yes, he called and we met up. I thought, at the time I had just started my company, so I thought, well, I have always wanted it. I have always wanted to write a book. It's always been kind of an ambition of mine. I just didn't know, what form it would take. Would it be fiction? Would it be? In fact, I thought it would be non-fiction. I would probably write about somebody's life story or cover a case that I'm writing about, something like that. I wasn't sure. So when he called, I thought, well, maybe alchemy, he's talking. Yeah. So I went to meet up with him. He said, look, I think you're the person to write my life story. I trust you. I find your letter very compassionate, and I think you understand where I'm coming from. I don't know why a serial killer thought that I understand where he's coming from. So then we started this project. Then I used to go and see him. He was at the Pretoria Maximum Security Prison at the time. I would go take notes. You're not even allowed to actually, bring in your own writing material there. So it was very difficult. It was kind of a very onerous process, and the admin of actually being able to officially record everything, our interactions. So he'd come up with ways, to slip me some pieces of paper that I can write on, and then kind of slip in my, I'm sharing intimate details about myself and Moses' kind of relationship. I wasn't scared. I was scared. The only meeting that was very daunting to me was the first one, because I expected for there to be a glass or some kind of bar, that separates me from him. But to my surprise, the very first meeting, you're allowed to just get into these visiting grounds and you sit across, the person that you're visiting, the way that I'm sitting across from you, literally like this. So that was very daunting, and I just thought, oh my gosh, what have I gotten myself into? And he was very he spoke to me as if we were old friends, He just took on this intimacy with me that I found unnerving, But I got used to it. I guess I went to see him, it would be like, hey, how's your child? Hey, your birthday is coming up. What are you going to be doing? I'm thinking, oh my gosh. But you get into a rhythm with a person, because you kind of, the more familiar you are with them, and they talk to you about what they did this morning, what they had for breakfast, prison food, and whatnot. You kind of lose your guard. You kind of become more comfortable in their company. So I forgot about this is Moses Sithole, serial killer. It was like, I'm going to see my mate, my friend, we're going to talk about his life and everything. It was that, it got to that point where it became that comfortable for me, because, That's why let's go back.
You have another story to tell us.
So anyway, so this went on for almost a year, and then but by around the 6th or 7th month, my business was starting to get busy, and I would look at my notes and I would realize that we're not making much headway, and the conversations were turning to talk about me instead of him. I mean, he's manipulative, he's a psychopath. psychopath, and he's very smart.
Selective.
That's why he got away with what he did for so long. And I just realized, I just felt like I was being played. And I got to the point where, I hope I'm not going into too much detail about this, but anyway, so I got to the point where I just felt that he needs we need to drill down to the details of why we're here, which is, you know, when did it start, how did it start, why did he kill these women and so on. And he kept on, you know, going, you know, just giving me the runaround. And eventually I said to him, look, you know, we need to either progress with this project, you know, as we had set out, and there's kind of a structure that I want us to follow. And he agreed, and then obviously reneged on that, and then I decided, you know what, this is not going anywhere. And I told him, look, I'm going to abandon this project because it's not moving at the pace that I anticipated it to move at, and it's not going in the direction that we had agreed on, because you are not talking about why you did this. And instead he kept on sending me case files, his court files, to say, look, I was wrongfully sentenced for these crimes, and I want you to help me prove that, you know, that the justice system betrayed me. So I just thought, I'm not doing it. So then anyway, very long story short, met a publisher who said, wow, that is amazing, you must do something with it. I said, I don't have enough material. He said, well, fictionalize it. And then that's what I did, and that's how Wrecking came to.
It reminds me